this trope in our head that somebody on a low income doesn't have the skills. Just teach them to budget. Just teach them financial literacy, and it'll just be fine. And that's not really how it works. And as you'll see when we do in our breakout session, we do have some questions related to where do you find those resources and what do you do. Our next presenters are Debbie Todd and Larry Frazier, and they are with a nonprofit called
Dollars and Good Sense.
I had to stop and take a second back. With Dollars and Good Sense, which is aimed at helping children learn financial literacy skills and aimed at helping families achieve their version of financial independence, whatever that means to them. So please go ahead.
Great. Thank you, guys. And I got to just say, Regina, I loved your story, and I'm so glad your son is doing better. I spent 7 years of my life running the Treasury Department of OHSU. And the reason why I went there was because of Dorn Becker, because they do amazing work. And they do. That's awesome. Anyway, thank you guys all for coming today. And as you can see by the friends that I have behind me, we take a slightly different approach to financial literacy. And a little bit about me. My name is Debbie Todd. I've been a licensed CPA and financial educator for almost a quarter of a century now. And I will say that this week I had my 59th birthday, so I'm a little older. But I can tell you that why financial literacy and why family wellness, as far as it comes to money, is so important to me, is because when I was born overseas, while my dad was stationed in the service, and I grew up on a military pay with 4 children, and so we never really had a lot of money. I was the first person in my family to ever go to college, and I was the first person to ever really kind of break out of that mindset. And that's back in 1996, as I was struggling through college. And I will tell you, just to back up briefly, one week, my husband is sitting in the audience. One week, my husband came home on Wednesday, and he had been laid off from his job. That Friday, I went to work and found out that our plant was moving to Mexico the following Monday. We had 4 children at home, and neither one of us had a job. Financial instability hit us in the face real hard. I was fortunate to be able to go back to college and finish my degree, became a CPA, and one of the things that I committed was that I would do my level best to help families who were struggling and be able to achieve whatever version of financial peace and independence was important to them, because we lived it. And one of the things about financial literacy, about financial wellness, it doesn't matter where you fall on the economic spectrum. We're all humans. We all have hopes and dreams. And as Regina so aptly said, when people have financial chaos, when they have money troubles, when they can't make their bills, when they have to wonder about whether they're going to pay their rent or feed their kids, that messes up pretty much every other area of their life. Divorces, 82% of divorces cite money as the main reason why they get a divorce. Single parent households. There's a lot of mental and emotional and addiction situations that occur because of money problems. And it's so pervasive. And part of the reason why I left OHSU in 2013, because I felt like I was supposed to really focus on helping families. And as you can see by the puppets behind us, one of the things, now think about this. I was a CPA. Regulatory compliance, by the way, was my specialty, and treasury. And now I play with puppets. Talk about a little bit of a shift, right? But about 7 years ago, I was blessed to meet somebody who turned my world upside down by letting me know that there is more than one way to communicate with people. And I started with interactive theater. And what I realized very quickly was that when you're wanting to reach families, and families that are in financial trauma, or families that have financial things that they don't want to talk about, there's a big barrier to overcome. There's a lot of things you need to think about. And if they're scared, they're not going to talk to you. When you can take those barriers down and give them examples that they can see, but it's not them, they will open up. That was the magic I learned. And I can tell you it was a huge aha experience for me. And I need to thank my husband, because now the entire downstairs of our house is now a functioning studio for puppets and all kinds of fun things. But it really does come back, and I was so thankful for Miranda and Plutus for being able to talk to us and say, this is what we want to talk about, because it is so important. There's 14% of our population just in the United States alone that are living at or below the poverty level. And now we've got inflation, which means, I mean, depending on where you look, anywhere between 1.7 and 3.4 million children have now gone into poverty in 2022. One child is too many. 4 million is nuts. And so our commitment is to help that and to help them do it. And we do it in a family way. And we want to turn it over to Larry, because we're so blessed to have somebody of his skills and his capabilities who joined our team. And his story is pretty amazing too.